Right. So bleaching powder, it is a calcium hypochlorite. It is also called as calcium hypochlorite. Bleaching powder is a calcium hypochlorite. So its formula of bleaching powder is CaClOCl, or in shortly it is also CaOCl. That is formula of the bleaching powder. Now we are going to hear bleaching powder. Okay, it is prepared by the action of chlorine on dry slack-o-lime. That means calcium hydroxide. When combined with chlorine, it forms bleaching powder. Okay, calcium hydroxide, nothing but dry slack-o-lime. It reacts with the chlorine. It forms bleaching powder. Now, properties of bleaching powder is, it is a pale yellow color powder. Bleaching powder is a pale yellow powder. It has a strong smell of chlorine. It is soluble in water. But the clear solution never forms. Why? Because here, due to presence of impurities. దీనిలో impurities ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి clear solution form చేయలేదు. So it is here bleaching powder. It is also called calcium hypochlorite. Its molecular formula is CaOCl2. Okay. When dry slack-o-lime is react with chlorine, it forms bleaching powder. It is a pale yellow powder. It has a strong smell of chlorine and soluble in water. These are physical properties of bleaching powder. Okay, next one, chemical properties or chemical reactions of bleaching powder here. This is preparation. These are physical properties. Right. So, chemical properties of bleaching powder. Chemical properties. Right. On long standing, the bleaching powder, that means it undergoes auto oxidation. It forms calcium chlorate and calcium chloride. Okay, that means here, this is CaOCl2, nothing but bleaching powder. So it is on long standing, it forms here calcium chlorate and calcium chloride. This is calcium chlorate, chlorate. This is calcium chloride. On long standing, it undergoes auto oxidation. This is auto oxidation, that is self oxidation. It is forms here calcium chlorate and calcium chloride. So in presence of cobalt chloride, it loses oxygen. That means CaOCl2, this is bleaching powder. In presence of cobalt chloride, COCl2, that is cobalt chloride here, it forms calcium chloride and oxygen. That means in the presence of cobalt chloride, bleaching powder loses oxygen. It loses oxygen in the presence of cobalt chloride. So this reaction is here. So once again, bleaching powder on long standing, it undergoes auto oxidation. It forms calcium chlorate, CaClO3 twice. This is calcium chlorate and calcium chloride. This is 5 moles of calcium chloride. So next one, in the presence of cobalt chloride, this bleaching powder loses oxygen. Okay. Next one is here. Action with sulfuric acid. That means action with acid. Action with acid. Bleaching powder in the presence of slight amount of sulfuric acid, slight amount of dilute acid, it loses oxygen. That means it forms 2CaOCl2. That is bleaching powder. When reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms calcium chloride and calcium sulfate and water and that means 2HOCl, hypochlorous acid. So this HOCl is unstable. It is unstable, so it gives HCl and nascent oxygen. HCl and nascent oxygen. That means here, in the presence of slight amount of dilute acid, it loses oxygen. Here, it is due to formation of nascent oxygen. This is nascent oxygen. Okay, due to formation of nascent oxygen, it has a oxidizing properties and bleaching properties. Due to formation of nascent oxygen, bleaching powder has oxidizing property as well as bleaching property. Okay, what is the reason here? Due to formation of nascent oxygen. So for example, in the presence of slight amount of dilute acid, bleaching powder loses nascent oxygen. That means here, when calcium, that means bleaching powder combines with dilute sulfuric acid, it forms calcium chloride, calcium sulfate and hypochlorous acid. This hypochlorous acid is unstable. So it is splitting into, that means HCl and nascent oxygen. So due to formation of this nascent oxygen, bleaching powder has a oxidizing property as well as bleaching property. So this bleaching powder oxidizes the oxidizing properties of bleaching powder. So in these oxidizing properties, this bleaching powder, that means CaOCl2 oxidizes H2S to sulfur. H2S ni ela oxidize chestundi, idi sulfur ga oxidize chestunam. CaCl2 calcium chloride and water and sulfur. Bleaching powder oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. H2S ni ela oxidize chestundi, sulfur ga oxidize chestundi. అట్లాగే bleaching powder ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. It oxidizes ferrous sulfate to ferric. అంటే ferrous ని ferric గా oxidize చేస్తుంది ఇది. That means in the presence of sulfuric acid, it forms ferric sulfate. Ferrous sulfate is converting to ferric sulfate. That means Fu2 SO4 thrice. Okay, and calcium chloride, and water. Okay, bleaching powder oxidizes ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. What is the difference between ferrous and ferric here? Only oxidation state. In this ferrous sulfate, it exhibits +2 charge, Fe +2. Here, Fe +3, +2 +3. So it is lower oxidation state. So that is acid, ferrous. This is higher oxidation state, that is ic acid, ferric. So this bleaching powder, that means CaOCl2, oxidizes potassium nitrite to nitrate. That means calcium chloride and KNO3, potassium nitrate. So then you take here, this bleaching powder combines with ammonia. That means it oxidizes ammonia to dinitrogen, CaCl2 and H2O and N. Okay, bleaching powder oxidizes ammonia to dinitrogen and it oxidizes, that means CaOCl2 plus here potassium iodide in the presence of acid. It's called calcium chloride and iodine and water. Okay, right. It oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine. So once again, oxidizing properties of bleaching powder. Bleaching powder oxidizes sulfide to sulfur. This is sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. H2S2, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Potassium nitrite to nitrate. Ammonia to dinitrogen. Potassium iodide to iodine. Okay, right. This is oxidizing properties. And we turn it oxidize chestunnamu. Right. So ikkada H2S. In H2S, sulfur in -2 state. Here 0. So -2 to 0, oxidation number increases. That means electrons, loss of electrons here. So it undergoes oxidation. So here +2. This is +2. This is +3. Oxidation number increases 1 unit. +2 nundi +3 ki increase ayindamma. So it undergoes oxidation. That means it oxidizes. So here +3. Here +5. +3 to +5. So oxidation number increases. So that is undergoes oxidation. So oxidation means loss of electrons. Electrons lost avadani oxidation anta. So in oxidation process, oxidation number increases. So oxidation number increases from +3 to +5. So in that case, in ammonia, this is -3 state. This is 0. -3 to 0. Oxidation number increases. So here, this is -1. This is 0. So -1 నుండి 0 కి increase అయిందమ్మా. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, this bleaching powder oxidizes hydrogen sulfide ని సల్ఫర్ గా ఆక్సిడైజ్ చేస్తుంది, ferrous sulfate ని ferric sulfate గా ఆక్సిడైజ్ చేస్తుంది, పొటాషియం నైట్రైట్ ని నైట్రేట్ గా ఆక్సిడైజ్ చేస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ అమ్మోనియాని నైట్రోజన్ గా, పొటాషియం అయోడైడ్ ని అయోడిన్ గా. ఓకే, ఇది ఇట్లా ఆక్సిడైజ్ చేస్తుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ బ్లీచింగ్ పౌడర్. నెక్స్ట్ బ్లీచింగ్ యాక్షన్ ఆల్సో వెన్ కలర్డ్ సబ్స్టాన్సెస్ ని కలర్లెస్ మ్యాటర్ గా ఇవి కలర్లెస్. దిస్ ఈస్ బ్లీచింగ్ యాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ colored matter undergoes oxidation. It is formed colorless substance. That is bleaching action of the bleaching powder. Okay, like this. So next one, oxidizing properties and bleaching action. So next you take another reaction. Due to formation of nascent oxygen, bleaching powder acts as the oxidizing agent and bleaching agent. So next one it is, bleaching powder loses its chlorine by the action of dilute acid or CO2. By the action of dilute acid. This is in excess amount and CO2 So bleaching powder when combines with acid, that means CaOCl2 combines with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid, HCl. Okay, it forms CaCl2, water and chlorine. Right. This bleaching powder combines with again sulfuric acid. These both are acids with excess amount. It forms calcium sulfate and water and Cl2. Calcium sulfate, water and Cl2. This bleaching powder combines with CO2, that means carbon dioxide. It forms calcium carbonate and chlorine. Okay. Among these, in 3 equations or reactions, chlorine is formed. This chlorine, which is called here available chlorine. This is called available chlorine. What is available chlorine? The chlorine which is formed from the bleaching powder when it is reacts with the dilute acids and CO2. Okay, that is available chlorine. The bleaching powder అనేది dilute acids తో గాని CO2 తో గాని react అయినప్పుడు chlorine form చేస్తుంది. That is called available chlorine. So a good sample of bleaching powder, it contains here 35 to 38% available chlorine. A good sample of bleaching powder contains 35 to 38% available chlorine. Okay, right. These are reactions of the bleaching powder. Next, go to the uses of the bleaching powder. So these are here by the action of dilute acid and CO2. Okay, the process is called available chlorine here. A good sample of bleaching powder gives, it contains 35 to 38% available chlorine. Next. Uses of bleaching powder. It is used as a disinfectant and germicide also here. Uses. It is used as disinfectant. And germicide. Okay, it is used as disinfectant and germicide. It is mainly used in sterilizing the drinking water. Bleaching powder is used in mainly sterilizing the drinking water. And here, manufacture of chloroform. It is used in the manufacture of chloroform. Manufacture of chloroform. Okay. Next, use of the bleaching powder is, it is used as an oxidizing agent. in many industries. Okay, it is mainly as bleaching agent for bleaching agent for wood pulp. It is used in paper industry, wood pulp, and cotton and linen in textile industry. Wood pulp in paper industry, it is bleaches the cotton and linen in textile industry like this, etc. These are uses of bleaching powder. First of all, bleaching powder used as disinfectant and germicide. It is mainly used in sterilizing the drinking water, and it is used in manufacture of chloroform, and it is used as an oxidizing agent and bleaching agent for wood pulp, cotton and linen. This is used in paper industry and rayon also. These are textile industry. Textile industry lo dani manam use chestam. That is bleaching powder. Okay, bleaching powder preparation, properties and uses. Next, go to here. That means here hydrogen chloride. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. This formula is HCl. Okay. First of all, I am going to discuss about the preparation of HCl. That means when NaCl, that means sodium chloride, when combined with sulfuric acid, when combined with sulfuric acid at 420 Kelvin temperature, it forms sodium hydrogen sulfate and HCl. This is also called sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. Okay, NaCl when combined with sulfuric acid, okay, at 420 Kelvin temperature, it forms HCl. Okay, hydrochloric acid. So this hydrogen sulfate. Sorry, this is not sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydrogen sulfate. Okay, this is not bicarbonate, bisulfate. Okay, sorry, Nanavi. Bicarbonate, this is bisulfate. Sodium hydrogen sulfate or sodium bisulfate. Okay, this sodium hydrogen sulfate, when combined with again sodium chloride at 823 Kelvin temperature, okay, 823 Kelvin temperature, and here it is formed HCl, that means Na2SO4, sodium sulfate and HCl, sodium sulfate and HCl. That is preparation of the hydrochloric acid. First of all, sodium chloride when combined with sulfuric acid, okay, 420 Kelvin temperature, it is hydrogen sulfate. Sodium hydrogen sulfate comes with sodium chloride at 823 Kelvin temperature, it forms sodium sulfate and HCl. This is separation of the HCl. Okay, HCl gas can be dried up. That means dried by passing through the HCl gas can be dried by passing through the concentrated sulfuric acid. HCl can be by passing through the concentrated sulfuric acid. Next, go to here Properties of hydrochloric acid. This is separation. Okay. Thus formed HCl gas can be dried by pungent smelling gas. It can be liquid. That means boiling point. Its boiling point is 189 Kelvin. 189 Kelvin temperature, and its freezing point here 159. Freezing point is 159 Kelvin. Okay, right. It is a white crystalline form. White crystalline form. It is easily liquefied into colorless liquid, and it is easily crystallized into the white crystalline here, crystalline solid. So HCl is highly soluble in water. So that means this HCl, when dissolved in water, it forms H3O plus and Cl minus. Here Ka is equal to 10 power 7. That is very large amount. This is dissociation constant. Dissociation constant is 10 power 7. This is a large amount. It indicates the aqueous solution of HCl is a strong acid. Strong acid. Due to contains the large dissociation constant. That means Ka value 10 power 7. So it is a strong acid. HCl is a strong acid. When this HCl combines with ammonia, this HCl combines with ammonia, it forms white fumes of ammonium chloride. This HCl combines with ammonia, it forms white fumes of ammonium chloride. Okay. Once again, sodium chloride combines with sulfuric acid at 420 Kelvin temperature. It forms sodium hydrogen sulfate and HCl. Thus formed sodium hydrogen sulfate again reacts with NaCl at 823 Kelvin temperature. It forms sodium sulfate and HCl. HCl gas can be dried by the passing through the con H2SO4, concentrated sulfuric acid. So it is a colorless and pungent smelling gas. It is easily liquefied into colorless liquid at 189 Kelvin. Okay, crystallizes into white crystalline solid. That is freezing point is 159 Kelvin. So HCl is highly soluble in water. So that means this HCl, when undergoes hydrolysis in water, it forms H3O plus and Cl minus. So Ka value 10 power 7. It is a large value. So it is a strong acid. Then HCl is combined with ammonia. It forms white fumes of ammonium chloride. This is white fumes of ammonium chloride. Okay, white fumes. Okay, let us come to the here. Aquaresia, it is very most important thing. Aquaresia, which is formed by the mixing of 3 parts HNO3 means nitric acid and 1 part of HCl. Okay, sorry. 3 parts of HCl, 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3. Aquaresia is formed for mixing of 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3. Okay, this aquaresia is used in the, that means it is also used in here, used for dissolving noble metals. It is used for dissolving noble metals like gold and platinum, etc. Noble metals means like this. These having less reactivity. ఈ less reactivity ఉండే ఈ noble metals కూడా ఈ aqua regia అనేది dissolve చేస్తున్నాం. Okay, what is meant by aqua regia here? This is a mixture of 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3. 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3 is called aqua regia, which is used for dissolving noble metals like iron and platinum, etc. Okay, వాటిని dissolve చేయడానికి ఇది ఎక్కువ యూజ్ అవుతుంది ఇక్కడ. So iron, that is iron nothing but gold, combines with here H plus and NO3 minus, that is nitric acid, H plus and NO3 minus and 4Cl minus. The reaction takes place between among these ions and iron, it forms AuCl4 minus and nitric oxide NO and 2 water molecules. Okay, that is the reaction takes place there. So next one, 3 moles of platinum combines with 16 moles of H plus ion and 4 NO3 minus and chloride ion Cl minus, that is fluoride Cl minus. So PtCl6 minus 2, PtCl6 minus 2 and nitric oxide and water. These are reactions take place there. Okay, that means like this. Aqua regia means 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3, which is used for dissolving noble metals like iron and platinum. This is important one in HCl. So next one, HCl decomposes salts of weak acid. HCl decomposes salts of weak acid. For example, carbonate, bicarbonate, sulfite, like this. So first one, it is sodium carbonate. This is sodium carbonate when combined with HCl. This sodium carbonate salts of weak acid. That means acid. That means salt ఎలా ఫామ్ అవుతుందమ్మా? By the neutralization reaction between acid and base. Acid base రెండు కలిస్తే neutralization జరిగినప్పుడు ఇక salt ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తున్నాం మనం? Decomposes salt of weak acid అన్నాం. So acid base రెండు కంబైన్ కావాలి అని చెప్పాం. So in this acid ఎలా ఉండాలి? Weak acid ఏ ఉండాలి. So that means sodium carbonate, which is formed from the carbonic acid and sodium hydroxide. Carbonic acid and sodium hydroxide, that means 2. So it forms Na2CO3, sodium carbonate and 2H2O. So this is weak acid, this is strong base. Weak acid and strong base. So these have basic nature. But చూడండి, acid plus base gives rise to salt plus water. So acid ఏం తీసుకున్నాం? weak acid, base strong base. ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తాం? HCl decomposes salts of weak acids అన్నాం. అంటే ఇట్లాంటి వీక్ యాసిడ్స్ ఫామ్ చేసేటటువంటి సాల్ట్స్ ని అది డికంపోజ్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ దీనికి ఏ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది? స్లైట్లీ బేసిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటుందమ్మా. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఫామ్ అయ్యేటటువంటి సాల్ట్ కి ఈ రెండులో ఏది స్ట్రాంగ్ అయితే దాని నేచర్ ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ వీక్ బేస్ తీసుకున్నాం. స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ వీక్ బేస్, ఈ సాల్ట్ కి ఏ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది అప్పుడు? అసిడిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకని? యాసిడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ కాబట్టి. వీక్ యాసిడ్ అండ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ బేస్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఇక్కడ ఫామ్ అయ్యే సాల్ట్ ఏ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది? బేసిక్ నేచర్. ఎందుకని? బేస్ స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఉంది కాబట్టి. ఇన్ కేస్ స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ బేస్, యూ టేక్ స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్, బోత్ ఆర్ స్ట్రాంగ్, సో salt is neutral. Salt is neutral. Okay, స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ వీక్ బేస్ అయితే సాల్ట్ కి అసిడిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది, వీక్ యాసిడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ బేస్ అయినప్పుడు బేసిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది. బోత్ రెండు స్ట్రాంగ్ యాసిడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ బేస్, సో సాల్ట్ ఇస్ న్యూట్రల్ ఇన్ నేచర్. ఓకే రైట్. ఇక్కడ వీక్ యాసిడ్ ఫార్మ్ చేసినటువంటి ఇలాంటి సాల్ట్స్ ని అది డికంపోజ్ చేస్తుంది అన్నమాట. రైట్. సో Na2CO3 when combined with HCl, it forms here sodium chloride, NaCl, and H2O and CO2. H2O and CO, that means carbon dioxide. Next one is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate when combined with HCl, this is also formed from the carbonic acid and sodium hydroxide. So here it forms sodium chloride and water and carbon dioxide. Sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Let us say next example, sodium sulfite, Na2SO3, sodium sulfite. Okay, this sodium sulfite when combined with HCl, it forms NaCl plus H2O plus SO2, sulfur dioxide. And sodium sulfide, Na2S, when combined with HCl, it forms 2 NaCl, sodium chloride and H2S, sodium chloride and H2S, hydrogen sulfide. So let us say you take another one, calcium phosphide, Ca3P2 plus 6HCl gives rise to CaCl2 and 2PH3, phosphine. This is phosphine, PH3. Okay, these are the reactions. So HCl decomposes salts of weak acids like this. These are all salts of weak acid. వీటన్ని ఏ ఫామ్ చేస్తాయి? వీక్ యాసిడ్స్ ఫామ్ చేస్తాయి. సో సోడియం కార్బోనేట్ when combined with HCl, it forms NaCl, water and carbon dioxide. Sodium hydrogen carbonate combined with HCl, it forms NaCl, water and CO2. Sodium sulfite combined with HCl forms sodium chloride, water and sulfur dioxide. Sodium sulfide combined with HCl, it forms NaCl and H2S. Calcium phosphide combined with HCl, it forms calcium chloride and phosphine. So this total meaning of these reactions, HCl decomposes salts of the weak acid. Okay, let us go to here. Uses of the HCl. So HCl, it is used in the preparation of chlorine. It is used in the preparation of chlorine and ammonium chloride. Preparation of chlorine and ammonium chloride and glucose. Okay, glucose from cornstarch. So it is also used in the here extracting glue from bones and purifying the bone black. Extracting glue from bone and purifying the bone black. Purifying the bone black. And it is used as a laboratory reagent. And it is used as a laboratory reagent. And it is used in medicines also. Medicines lo kuda deen use chestha untamu. Medicines lo use chestamu, atlage laboratory reagent ga kuda use chestam. These are uses. HCl used in the Separation of chlorine and ammonium chloride and glucose. Okay, it is used in extracting glue from bone and purifying the bone black, and it is used in the medicine, and it is used as a laboratory reagent. Laboratory reagent. So 17th group elements chapter is completed. Now we are going to here. We take our material and go to page number 176, level 1, classwork problems. Classwork problems here. So bit number 1, halogens means, level 1, bit number 1, halogens mean. So starting lo cheptanu chudandi, what are halogens? So that means group 17 elements are also called as halogens. Halogens means sea salt producer. Okay, sea salt producer. Okay, option A, ore forming element. Ore forming element. B, sea salt product. Sea salt product. C, inert gases. Inert gases. D, rare gases. Rare gases. What is the meaning of halogens? Halogens means what are here? Sea salt products. That is option B is correct one. Okay. That is another one. Bit number 2. The electronic configuration of halogen. The electronic configuration of halogen in their valence cell is A, NS2, B, NS2NP6, C, NS2NP4, NS2NP4, D, NS2NP5. Okay, what is the valence electronic configuration of halogens here? NS2, NS2NP6, NS2NP4, NS2NP5. Halogens means, halogens group number is 78 group element, 78. Okay, number of valence electrons are must equal to the group number. So these are belongs to 78 group element. So here it contains 7 valence electrons. These 7 valence electrons, okay, that means NS2NP5 configuration. NS2NP5. So option D is correct one. NS2NP5. 2 plus 5, 7. There are 7 valence electrons in the halogen group. Why? Because this group number of halogens is 7. Okay, 17. Okay, group 17, that is 7A. 7th A. Okay, that is equal to the group number. So there is a 7 valence electron present in the halogen. So general electronic configuration is NS2NP5. NS2NP5. So next one. Bit number 3. The only non-metal which is a liquid, at room temperature. Option A, O2, F2, C, N2, D, Br2. Okay, already physical state of halogens ఒకసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. Physical state of halogen. So bromine is a liquid, that is non-metal liquid. So the only non-metal which is a liquid at room temperature. Non-metal ga undali, liquid state lo undali. What is the here? Bromine. In periodic table, liquid metal is mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal. Liquid non-metal is bromine. Okay, non-metal is bromine, like this. Okay, next one. Option, sorry. Question number 4. The maximum covalency of fluorine. The maximum covalency of fluorine. Fluorine is option A 5, 7, 3, 1. So maximum covalency of fluorine is that is 7. Why? Because here group number 7. So in third excited state, in fluorine there is 7 unpaired electrons. Okay, general configuration what is here? That means for fluorine atomic number 17, 3s2, 3p5, 3s2, 3p5. So this is electronic configuration of fluorine. That is general electronic configuration of fluorine. So in first excited state and second on third. So third first excited state ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ d ఆర్బిటల్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. ఫస్ట్ ఎక్సైటెడ్ స్టేట్ చూడండి ఒకసారి. This is first excited state. So next one, second excited state is in second excited state the electron from this 3p orbital will going to 3d orbital. Then it forms like this. This is d orbital. So here 5 unpaired electrons. This is maximum. What is the question here? The maximum covalency of fluorine. So go to third excited state here. This is third excited state. So in third excited state, there is 7 unpaired electrons. Okay, this is first excited state. This is second excited state. This is third excited state. In third excited state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 unpaired electrons are present. So the maximum covalency of fluorine is 7. So option B is correct one. Okay, you note this one. నీట్ గా నోట్ చేసుకొని ఏ రోజు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి.